Hi everyone, my name is Alexander. You might recognize me from YouTube as my OUTCAST state. And this is a video about long hair on behalf of Men's Long Locks. Thank you very much to Menslonglocks for giving me this opportunity to speak about having long hair. And I'm going to tell you about my long hair journey, what it means to me, and just some general thoughts for the guys out there who have long hair or who are thinking of growing their hair long. So I had normal boyish length hair as a boy, and as a teenager I took to cutting my hair very, very short, even to the point of shaving my head. So by the time I got to the end of my teens, I had not seen my hair longer than, a fraction of a centimeter, uh, you know, a bit of an inch, not even 1 inch, for my American viewers out there, for many, many years. And got to the end of my teens, so to the very beginning of my 20s, and I started thinking about growing my hair long. At the time, I was very hesitant about growing my hair long for one primary reason, and that is I was afraid of what people would think. More specifically, I was afraid of what girls would think, because I knew that my hair is not straight, and I knew that when it did grow a little bit, it got very buffy. And I was afraid that if I grew my hair long, it would just get big, it would get messy, and then girls wouldn't like it, and I would render myself even less attractive to members of the opposite sex. As it turns out, having long hair has in fact proved to be something of an asset rather than a hindrance, but that's another story. So 2005, in end of 2005, I had my head shaved for the very last time. And then about a month, maybe a month and a half later, it was starting to grow out. And by grow out, I mean it was maybe half an inch in length, very, very short. But for me, that was very long. And I went to uh, went to the hairdresser to get it tidied up. And the hairdresser said to me, "Look, if you want to grow your hair long, you just have to let it grow. Don't get it cut, just let it grow. Now, you're going to go through a difficult stage. It's going to look very awkward. You're going to hate it. You want to get it tidied up. You just have to resist, and eventually it'll grow out and we'll be able to do something with it. But at this stage, it's just too short." So I thought, all right, I'll let it grow for a while. And I waited for the awkward stage to set in. But then something quite curious happened. Instead of the awkward stage setting in, I never got there. Because as my hair grew longer, even though it got big and it got, fluffy and all that sort of stuff, I came more and more to like it. That is, I really felt at ease. I began to feel at ease with who I am and what I look like and what my hair looks like. And instead of worrying about what girls might think, I just stopped worrying about what people might think of me having long hair. And as my hair got longer, I liked it more and more. I started checking myself out more in the mirror, which I'd never done before. You see, the mirror and I had always had a pretty chilled relationship. The mirror showed me all the things about myself that I didn't like and which I could not change. And I just basically stayed away from the mirror, stayed away from the camera. I was pretty shy in that way. But as my hair got longer, I found that these things just didn't bother me as much. And I found also that people started responding to me differently. Of course, there were some people who were saying, "Ah, man, you need to get a haircut." But there were lots of other people who said, "Oh, you actually have really nice hair," or "Is that hair natural?" or "What a great color," or something to that effect. And so as time went by, I just got more and more comfortable with the way I look and with what my hair was doing. Got used to the idea of the hair actually moving around on the top of my head rather than being a non-entity. I remember the first time I was eating and my hair got caught in my food, and that was a red letter day. And as far as girls go, it actually, as I said, turned into something of an asset. Now, of course, there are probably some girls who don't like long hair, but then what do we care about them? They don't like long hair. But I found that there were definitely a lot of girls who would approach me. I had people approach me on the train, on the bus, when I was out and about, and say to me, you have beautiful hair. I really like your hair. I love your curls. I love your color, etc., etc. And so I don't know if I can say that any friendships were struck on the basis of these conversations, but at the very least, I've had lots of lovely interactions with people, and that's good enough for me. As far as work goes, again, there are probably lines of work where I could not progress unless I cut my hair short, if I was in something very corporate, I suppose. But I'm a manager, I'm in charge of probably about 15 people, and no one has any problem with being managed by a long-haired man, and it certainly hasn't been a problem for me to get the job that I have. I love my job. It's a great job. It pays well. And being a long-haired man has not been a barrier to that line of work. And of course, if you're in more of the entertainment world, then having long hair is almost obligatory. So, like with girls, same with jobs, it's going to bar your progress with some people, but I think that there are more than enough opportunities for someone who has the right attributes. So when it comes to work, if you have good skills and you've got a positive attitude and you work hard, I don't think having long hair is going to pose a problem at all. Now, more broadly, what does it mean to have long hair? Well, as far as I'm concerned, to have long hair means that you want to be, or that you insist on being yourself. And I think that this is very important, and I think not enough people really make this a priority. I have a very strong sense of self, and I also have a very strong sense of the sovereignty of my own body. So I don't drink. Like, I have one beer once in a blue moon. I don't smoke. I've never done drugs. I'm very proud of my body. I try to take care of myself. I keep quite physically active. I do gymnastics. And I do gymnastics with my hair loose, by the way, because it gives it a good effect. I played rugby with my hair loose, although as it got longer, I found that I did have to tie it back just for safety. And so for me, having long hair is an expression of the fact that I actually like myself and I take care of myself. I take care of my hair. I wash it on a regular basis. I don't overdo the shampoo and conditioner thing, but I keep it clean. I keep it reasonably tidy, which is difficult with curly hair, but can be done within reason. And I also like to go dancing. I do partner dancing, swing dancing, blues dancing. I'm going to try out a bit of zouk. So I dance some dances where I'm very close to a girl. The girls, there's very close physical contact. And if you have long hair, especially if you have long hair loose, it can be an extreme. It can be very unpleasant for the girl if your hair is not nice, if it doesn't smell nice. But I make sure that my hair is clean, and I even put a little bit of leave-in conditioner that smells nice. And I've had lots of girls over the years say to me that they really enjoy dancing with me, partly because I'm a good dancer, but partly because it's very pleasant for them to have that smell of the leave-in conditioner in my hair, which of course is close to their face. So hair can be a real plus, it can be a real negative. It depends on what you do. Now, I approve of all men growing their hair long. I think every man should have long hair. Obviously, if you don't have any hair on the top of your head, there's not much you can do about it. But if you have a reasonable amount of hair on your head, then I certainly approve of having long hair. I wouldn't dream of thinking of having any other approach. But there are some guys who grow their hair long and they don't take care of their hair. They don't wash it enough. It looks greasy. It looks unkempt. I really don't like dreadlocks personally. And if you're going to have dreadlocks, then you've got to take extra care to keep them smelling nice, if possible at all. But I would say to the guys out there with long hair, you don't have to be a clean freak, but you do need to take care of it because you need to have a bit of self-respect. Having long hair is a very bold statement in our culture, and whether you like it or not. And if you have long hair, you're going to attract attention. You're going to be transmitting to everyone that you insist on being an individual. And if you want to do that, fantastic, kudos to you. But please make sure that you take care of your hair. Now, I have a couple of videos to that effect. There are a lot of videos on YouTube explaining how to take care of long hair, and you can always get in touch with me or get in touch with other men in, I guess you could say, the long-haired men community. The information is out there, and it's really not very hard at all. So that's my thought on those are my thoughts on taking care of long hair. So I'd just like to finish off by saying that I am very happy having long hair. I have no intention of cutting it as long as I have hair on my head. I will keep it long as possible. My hair only gets to about, well, let's say about this long. So if it were straight, it would get, I guess, just towards the bottom, I guess the middle of my rib cage. So of course, guys who grow their hair, whose hair does grow longer than that, can get all the way down their back. Not so for me. That's just the luck of the draw. I wish it were longer, but I'm very grateful for the hair that I do have, and I will keep on doing what I've been doing for the last 7 years, which is keeping it long and enjoying it, and enjoying the good and tolerating the bad, enjoying the compliments and just brushing off the criticisms and the people telling me that I need to get a haircut, etc., etc. So to all the young guys out there, if you're thinking of growing your hair long, just go for it. Don't worry about what people think, whether you have short hair, whether you have long hair, whether you wear these sorts of clothes or those sorts of clothes. There will always be the people, there will always be your admirers, and there will always be the detractors. There will always be the lovers, there will always be the haters. And you can't change other people, but you can attract the right kind of people by just accepting who you are, being happy with what you've got, and making the most of it. So to all the young guys out there, or to all the guys, young and old, who have long hair or who are thinking of having long hair, just go for it, enjoy it. If it's beautiful, then flaunt it. If it needs work, take care of it. But to everyone out there, just be the best that you can be, and be kind to each other and also to yourself. Thanks again to Menslonglocks for giving me this opportunity to speak about having long hair. I hope this video has been of interest and of use to some people out there. If you want to see more of my videos, you can check me out at My Outcast State on YouTube. I'm sure there'll be a link down below. And besides that, just have a great day, everybody, and take care of each other. Peace.